Well, we're down to about 5 weeks to get the big old bus done. We've got the outside done, and I'm really happy with that. She is all painted and shined up. Let's go inside and see what the Stitch is up to. We did a lot of tiling and some other finish treatments yesterday. I put these steps in. Hello.
Hey.
What you up to?
Well, yesterday we put this tile up. And now it's dry, so I'll be grouting it a bit, but first I'm just cleaning out all the lines, the grout lines here, the openings.
Can I add something?
What? Yeah.
You put the tile up.
Oh, well, you cut it.
I'm the cutter. You were the
I'm
the
the measure,
installer.
the designer, and the installer. Yeah. And when does this ever happen? That it installed up here with no cutting, none, never.
It's meant to be.
Anyway, I'm grouting this, but right now I'm just cleaning out all the stray mortar and getting it the high spots knocked down so the grout can seed in those holes, the seams or whatever, the openings. Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, very good. Let's
I
continue.
am grouting this now. We put it up yesterday and let it dry overnight. Now I'm grouting. I did use a certain mortar and grout for this job. It has a flexible fixative or like a catalyst in the mortar, which makes it great for applications like this because there's not only is there movement in the bus, but there's extreme high and low temp variations, and it does not affect this grout. And it works really great. So
you just answered a question one of our viewers asked us about, will it flex
yes, it
going
will.
down the road? And I responded that this bus is built like a tank, so there's probably not too much flexing going on because it's all metal construction.
Right.
But I'm sure there is some flexing.
Well, but our tile guy friend said that it's more, the issue is more the temp fluctuations of the extreme high and low, which can create expansion and contraction of the mortar and the grout, causing cracks and separation. So there you go.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So very good. So we let this sit for a while.
Just a bit. And then I go over it with a sponge and get all the top stuff off, and then, hey, I grouted this back part here. I have not this part yet, but what you do is you spread this grout on, and then shortly after, not too, like,
You spread it with.
oh, a grout float. It's a rubber with a handle on it, and it shoves that grout into the grout lines. What you want to do is, slather it all on, and you can see here I kind of cleaned these edges off, or this portion right here. And what I did was I used this little, it's like a Scotch-Brite, only friendlier. It's actually coconut. Coconut, whatever. And I went over that lightly, and it took all the icus off the top of the tile. And then what you need to do is when the grout starts to set up is you wet a sponge and you go over that grout, and what it does is it just smooths out the grout and it takes all the high spots down. And you want to do that right after it sets up. You don't want to wait too long, or it won't happen. It'll be too hard.
It doesn't work.
No, you'll have to be grinding the grout. So you can see over here, it's all lumpy, bumpy. I did already wipe that down with that coconut thing. But now I just go over it with a wet sponge, and you can see it just nicely smooths out that grout line, gets rid of the high spots, and then you wipe it down, and you keep doing that until you feel like you've got.
Now, will you put a sealer on that when you're done?
This already has a sealer in it. So the new technology of grouts has sealers in it, but if you use an older grout in a kitchen area, it might be advisable because you're cooking and some grease and
So
stuff.
that
When that
is done.
Well, what I'm going to do I kept this on. I have to grout that bottom edge, but all this stuff's going to come off, and then I'll grout that lower edge, and I have to grout this upper under here. I can't get into that, but what I do is fill a little baggie, clip the corner, fill it.
Okay. I'll come check on you in a little bit.
All right.